A few months ago, Mindy Kaling was busy dealing with the backlash to a trailer that dropped on HBO Max for her new woke series Velma, which got absolutely and completely destroyed for a multitude of reasons, one of them being they decided to race swap this character, another being they decided to take a shot directly at fans in the trailer itself. And you can see the reaction, 284,000 dislikes to 33,000 likes. It got completely and totally demolished. And ironically, the only reason that anybody knows who Mindy Kaling is because a show she was on in the mid-2000s called The Office. A show that, while it was airing, was one of my favorite shows on TV at the time, and of course turned out to be a massive global phenomenon. But now Mindy Kaling is saying that The Office, it wouldn't be able to be made today. It's just too offensive. Mindy Kaling says The Office is so inappropriate now and couldn't be made today because most characters would be canceled. It's almost like that's why people found it funny. It's almost like humor can push some boundaries every once in a while. But now that it's done and over, now that Mindy Kaling is far more interested in making woke trash, she says it's just too offensive nowadays. Mindy Kaling will not show her children The Office because it's so inappropriate now. Actress Mindy Kaling says she will not let her children watch her hit NBC show The Office on account of it being too inappropriate for today. Kaling admitted to feeling uncomfortable about certain aspects of the show during her appearance on Good Morning America. When asked if she would ever introduce the show to her children, she said never, adding that time has made it so inappropriate. The writers who I'm still in touch with now, we always talk about so much of that show that we probably couldn't make right now. Tastes have changed, and honestly, what offends people has changed so much now. I think it's one of the reasons the show's popular, because people feel there's something kind of fearless about it or taboo that it talks about on the show. Well, the reason that people liked it was because it was funny, because it was hilarious. That's why it became such a big thing. That's why it grew such a following. And the idea that, things have changed now. People find these things offensive now, really? Because if you remember, before NBC brought it back to Peacock to lock it behind that streamer that not a lot of people are actually subscribed to, how was The Office doing? Oh, that's right. The Office was by far the most streamed TV show in 2020. Look at these numbers. And I think this is the last year that it was officially on Netflix, on the biggest streaming platform. Look at those numbers. Rank number 1, The Office. We're talking about something like 57 billion minutes watched or something absurd like that. And look how high it is over the next thing. And that was Grey's Anatomy, which has a lot more episodes and is a much longer show. The Office was massively popular, the biggest thing on streaming just a few years ago when it was on the biggest streaming platform. So no, people's tastes haven't changed. People still want these things to be funny. The difference is there are a bunch of people out there that are trying to tell everybody what they should be offended about. Those things have ramped up over the past couple years for sure, but there is still a hunger for comedy like that back when it was actually funny. She did, however, admit that her children will likely seek out the show sometime as teenagers. It seems like a 15-year-old might be the biggest fan of The Office right now. As her famed character Kelly Kapoor, Kaling said she would likely fall victim to cancel culture if the show had continued following her story. I think she would have quit Dunder Mifflin to become an influencer, then probably be canceled almost immediately. Actually, most of the characters on that show would be canceled by now. Yeah, and that is what made it funny. That honestly is one of the things that made the show such a success, because they had these characters that you could see. They were still like extreme versions of real people, but everybody could kind of relate to that person, that person, that person, that person. Oh, I've worked with a guy like that. I know a guy like that. That's why it worked so fucking well. But no, it's too inappropriate for today, according to Mindy Kaling. Huffington Post noted The Office had some jokes that would make woke people cringe today, including racist and fat jokes. So heaven forbid that somebody make a joke. This is so laughable for Mindy Kaling, and this is what you get when you decide that you want to throw all that stuff you did, you want to throw it under the bus. You want to do your own stuff now. It becomes a woke failure. That's what this is going to be, her newest project for HBO Max, just like a bunch of the standalone things she's done before have been complete and total failures. Because when you decide that instead of focusing on entertaining people, making people laugh, putting out content that people actually want or think is funny, you decide that you need a virtue signal about it. You decide to put identity politics ahead of everything, and it inevitably turns out to be a complete disaster. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.